Coming up on Football Review, we got the review of the Williams Valley Morrisburg game this evening, plus scores from around the Tri-Valley League and around the area. And now, your host of Football Review, Ulrich. Good evening, football fans. This is Lowell Rickard, and welcome to a Week 2 edition of Football Review as I review the Millersburg football games for the season. Something different. And didn't get any negative comments, so I guess it went pretty well. So, before we go over the game tonight, we'll go over some scores that we got so far. And we're gonna do the Tri-Valley League first. The scores that I have: Lion Mountain 31-6 over Susquehanna tonight. This one's a bit of a shock. Upper Dauphin 12-zip over Tri-Valley tonight. Juniata 22-21 over Newport. Now we'll go over some games around the state, close to the local area, I would suppose. Big Spring in a kind of a shocker. They're 2-0, 10-9 over Dover. Cedar Cliff 55-33 over Southwestern. Ephrata, last week they lost 70-0 to Conestoga Valley last week. They face Calico tonight. They give up 65 points tonight. Lose 65-0. That's 133 points in 2 weeks. Cumberland Valley with a big win, 28-17 over Central York. East Pennsboro, 34-12 over West Perry. DeLone, 48-7 over Columbia. Jersey Shore, 27-7 over Shikellamy. Lower Dauphin, 35-7 over Cedar Crest. Lewisburg, 19-10 over Montoursville. And a mild surprise there. Mifflinburg 32-7 over Danville. That's a shocker there. Danville usually has a really good football team. Only score 7 points. Southern Columbia 47-7 over Bloomsburg, I believe. Mifflin County comes back, wins 35-12 over Williamsport. Pine Grove 21-13 over EJ tonight. McDevitt, without Andre Robinson, the Penn State recruit, they roll 34-14 over State College. Central Dauphin, they were down big to Susquehanna Township. They come back big second half, 52-24 over Susquehanna Township. And Harrisburg comes back, and they win 28-26 over Reading. Now, let's go to the game review. Millersburg coming off a tough 33-14 loss to Tri-Valley last week. Williams Valley, not real impressive last week against Marion, 18-7 loss. Both teams looking for a win. And for the visitors, they got off to a perfect start tonight. First off, and they came out, Williams Valley came out throwing the football, and that would help them to 24-21 win tonight over Millersburg. Overall for the Indians, it was a much better effort than last week, but a crucial turnover late in the fourth. Millersburg had a chance to win, but a crucial fumble late, and Williams Valley ran out the clock. They get the win. And it looked like early Williams Valley was just going to blow out Millersburg. And we'll start off with Millersburg with the opening kick to Williams Valley. And Williams Valley just drove down the field. Williams Valley went 60 yards on the opening kick. Dick Radijchuk to Alan Hand at 8:14. Point after that, it was 7-0. Millersburg, their first possession, really not doing anything. Forced a punt. Next possession, drive down the field 50 yards. 5 plays, 50 yards, capped off with a 3-yard touchdown run by Ryan Harrison. Just like that, within 7 minutes, Williams Valley a 14-0 lead. It did not look good. And then the Indians woke up and got onto the scoreboard first. Millersburg had a nice drive, 51-yard drive. Eleven play drive capped off by a nice Christian Wingard to Teller Hessen pass. Wingard kick. Millersburg back in the ball game, 14-7, new life. Then Williams Valley got the ball back in the second quarter and nice drive, nice 11-play drive of their own. 72-yard drive capped off by a Matt Miller 3-yard run, extra point. Two big plays in that drive for Williams Valley was a pass on 3rd and long to Devin Raybuck, he's a freshman. He had a good night. And also another pass to Alan Hand. He had a big night. Those two plays there, 3rd and long and the 2nd and long, that capped the scoring drive there. Millersburg gets the ball back. They do a 10-play drive of their own, going 72 yards. Big play was the Tyler Hessen on a 2nd and long, a 36-yard pass, and that was capped off by a 14-yard pass from Bird Winger to Ethan Troutman and Millersburg back in it, down touchdown 21-14. But also a big play, next possession, 6-play drive by Williams, cap by a Stephen Hill 25-yard field goal, and halftime it was 24-14 Millersburg. Pass coverage was overall the game night pretty poor. They were letting receivers go blow by them pretty much. They gave up 145 passing yards in the second quarter alone to Williams Valley, but they were still hanging around. 24-14. Then Millersburg takes the opening kick. They go pretty much 5-4, and they were apparently 3 and out. Then they get a break. Williams Valley starting at their own 14. Big play, fumbled by the quarterback by Radijchuk. Lucas Castle takes it the distance. Scoop and score 76 yards. And Millersburg's right back in it, down 24-21. Millersburg did a nice job in Williams Valley's last drive. The drive right after that. Big stand on a 4th and 3. But that was pretty much done. But Millersburg got the ball back late in the 4th. Bird Wingard on a first down at the Williams Valley 30 with it inside 4 minutes. Fumble, and that was pretty much the ball game. Williams Valley runs out the clock. Little bit cleaner ball game. But the running game has not been there the first 2 weeks. 30 carries, 60 yards. That's just not going to get it done. Passing a little better. Wingard 7-12, 118 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. So that's a good start. But Nick Radijchuk from Williams Valley, he had himself a ball game tonight. 14-25, 274 yards, a touchdown. He did have the pick. Alan Hand tonight, 3 catches, 110 yards, and a touchdown. Devin Raybuck, 2 catches, 53 yards. Kenny Ross, 4 for 58. For Millersburg, leading catcher Tyler Hessen, 3 catches, 58 yards, and a touchdown. Matt Miller, leading rusher, Williams Valley, 19 carries, 106 yards in the score. And Connor Kine, leading rusher for Millersburg, 12 of 42. So Millersburg made some plays defensively, but they dug themselves a hole again in the first quarter, scoring 14 points, being down 14-0, and you're not going to win too many ball games being down 2 scores and being down 2 touchdowns. That's just makes it a little difficult. Passing game was a little bit better than last week. Still need to shore up the running game. They're there. In my opinion, Millersburg's there. It's just a matter of time. They will get on a roll, but they need to clean up penalties, not making dumb mistakes penalty wise. There's a couple 15 yarders that they just can't do that. But things on defense, they got to shore up the pass coverage, letting receivers go by, and they got to do a little bit better job in the run game too as well. But it was a much better effort. So hopefully they can get that win next week. They will travel to Lime Mountain next Friday night. So that's all I have. I want to do a nice, good effort by Penn State last week. Big win. Sam Ficken was solid, 3 for 3. Who would have thought? Hackenberg, a school record, 440 yards passing. He let some throws. He was late on 5 or 6 passes. But overall, he looked good. The receivers looked pretty good for Penn State. Geno Lewis and Hamilton were really good. Jesse James looked really good. Defense overall, very impressive. They did a nice job until the fourth quarter when Central Florida made that switch. That was pretty stupid on O'Leary's part. They probably should have went with the second stringer. He looked really good throwing the ball. Now they play Akron and Terry Bowden. I think Penn State should blow them out. But he's Bobby Bowden's son. He's very experienced, so can't take Akron lightly. Two big games tomorrow to watch: Oregon and Michigan State, USC Stanford. I like Stanford and I like Oregon in that game, but they should be two really good games tomorrow. Then you got Michigan Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame will probably win that ball game. I just don't think much of Michigan right now. So even with Devin Gardner at quarterback, their defense wasn't good last year, and I'll see it when I believe it. Michigan's better than last year, so we'll see. So Sunday NFL, Seattle looked really impressive against Green Bay. They're going to be tough. I was going to do a preview for the NFC. I lost some of my paperwork, so I'm probably going to lean towards Seattle, but don't count out Eagles. If they can get a first round bye, they're going to be dangerous come playoff time. So that'll do it for week 2. So for myself, this is Lil Rickert saying goodnight, and we'll see you after next week's game against Lime Mountain, which will be at Mandata. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. I'll try and do something with the Eagles in the NFL on Sunday night. Try to do something along this line, and maybe after the Penn State game tomorrow. So sometime tomorrow we'll try and give my opinion on college football. And so until then. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week for football review high school edition. See ya!